Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Cole's running a little late tonight. He's going to be showing up a little bit later. Don't know what he's doing, but he said he was going to be a little bit late, so that's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to entertain you guys a little bit. So yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Are we having a good evening? Just checking to see what I missed. I was taking a piss. Let's see. Hey, what's that song called? I'm like, yeah, it's By Your Side. It's from the Amori soundtrack. 9 times out of 10, if you hear any music on my channel, it's from some obscure, at least, well, Amori's not really that obscure, but some horror, indie, whatever game. Most of the stuff that I use on my videos now is from a game by the name of Psychopomp. Specifically Psychopomp Gold, as there's a bit of an extended soundtrack for that, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, we're just waiting for Cole to sit up, and I'm just waiting for people to trickle in. But I'm gonna ask the question early. Looks like we're seeing a few new people. Enoch with the $2. Yeah, exorcists are coming. I promise. They will happen someday. There's enough meat on them bones that I can actually yeah. Play Yours World? Honestly, yeah. Yours World would be pretty fun. Okay, so no memberships. No, it's so good, man. You don't gotta donate every stream. If it comes to, I know this is like such a high horse, high tower kind of situation, but if you don't have the money, you don't have to donate. Focus on yourself. No, genuinely, I do these streams because it's an excuse for me to play games. I'm at that point in that end stage of YouTube where if I'm not doing content of some kind, I'm like, I don't know, I feel bad. So this is just an excuse for me to hang out with my friends and play games and then communicate with you guys a little bit more directly because I'm bad in calls. I'm usually just there for 30 minutes and then I dip because I'm dumb like that. But yeah, don't ever feel like you have to donate. I do appreciate it, but yeah. Let's see. I kind of miss when you put the, oh my god, it's pretzel! Yay. I kind of miss when you put the music from Everywhere at the End of Time. Funny story about that, actually. I've been meaning to kind of bring this up in some form. It's not really, yeah. I started a corn army to bully Pancreas at LVO. I don't know if he's going to LVO. I've been trying to bully him to do that. Because I'm going to LVO again. And if you're going to LVO, hit me up a little bit later because I'll see you because I'm going there. I'm assuming you're talking about the one in October, not the one that's going to be happening in January. Or not January, but October this year, not October next year. But so to kind of go back to in order. Yeah, I actually started an Emperor's Children army. I just kind of wanted to do an art project, so I'm kind of taking it really, really slow. I'm not buying a bunch of models all at once and then trying to play them. I'm buying one box of miniatures and then painting that up, and then I'm not going to buy another box until I paint up the current one that I'm on. So I just got a single box of Noise Marines, and I'm working on that right now. Okay, just to give an extra view. Currently building an army. Awesome. Joker's Ace. What army are you building, if you don't mind me asking? Kind of miss. Oh yes. So to kind of go back to discuss what Prussia was. Don't worry. I saw your donation, Cecil. I'm going to get to you in a second. So the Ever at the End of Time thing. I've been meaning to bring this up. I don't know what happened, but at one point it became a copyright nightmare because if you don't know, there is a lot of weird copyright laws involving music that's pre-1965, I believe. Usually, most of it is non-copyrightable, just because there's a lot of... 1965 is when the rules for copyright in music sort of shifted and changed. But prior to that, usually you can get away with using it, and it's usually free. So a lot of Everywhere at the End of Time, that music is sampling specifically... It's Just a Burning Memory, that specific sample. That's from Al Bowley, Heartaches by Al Bowley, which is fantastic music, by the way. But and ever since I started my videos, they were great. No copyright claims, no nothing, even after I got monetized. But I'd say about 3 to 4 months ago. This was like maybe even more than that. Yeah, because that was when it would be just before I went to LVO in January, about a month or so. So, like, I'd say December, maybe November. They just started to claim any video that had samples of Everywhere at the End of Time on it. I don't know if there was just a change in perspective. I don't know if there was just I don't know, they updated the system so that it auto-claimed anything that you got. But because of that, a lot of my videos started to get claimed. Now, I'm not so money-grubbing, horrible, grabby that I have to make sure all of my videos are are monetized to the maximum effort. There's still a few videos in my past that are not getting past monetization no matter how hard I try. But in general, I do try to keep it so that their visibility isn't limited, because I want to make sure that everybody sees the videos, and I put a lot of effort into them, and I want to make sure people see them. So I ended up having to switch it up a little bit and mess around with the samples, which is why around the Primarchs video, the Primarch compilation video, that was the kind of final straw video. If Alice, my editor, is in the audience right now, she can attest. That video, I had to work for about maybe a week and a half straight of like finishing the video, rendering the video, re-uploading the video, checking the copyright to see if it got dinged at any point, and just like the final day I got it done. And I was like, guys, we're just gonna have to change the music up, because it was becoming so much of a hassle to try and get it to work that I just had to be like, okay, I might as well just play the game a little better, right? Because I don't want to. This is my sole source of income, but also I don't want to like make it harder on my editors to have to re-edit videos all the time, right? So, yeah, that's just like the funny story involving why I don't do the Everywhere at the End of Time music anymore. And I don't blame the creator. The caretaker was, yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah. So Cecil Villarreal, I believe I'm pronouncing that right. The crew of the Sicilium from start to finish. Unfortunately, I'm unfamiliar with that specific topic. I think I saw you mentioning it earlier. Though I could be misremembering. I'm not as far in the Horus Heresy as I'd like. It's one of the reasons why I haven't done a video on Garviel Loken yet. Loken's like one of those topics that I really want to do, but I'm one of those guys that like, I will make a video about something for only as long as I've read pretty much everything that I can read about it. Because I'll read codex entries if there's codex entries, and that's like a first line of effort. And I'll also read like a bunch of Black Library books, as many as I can to understand. And I'll fill in the gaps by reading things online, like wiki pages. But I always have to have had like what I consider a decent amount of information from the books in order to understand the character more so than just reading from the wiki. In Garviel, I don't feel like know enough yet to fully make a thing on him yet, but that's kind of to give you an idea as to how far in the Horus Heresy I am. The answer is not. So there is that. The Radiant Art Project for me, BDSM Army. I'm actually not doing them the sexy Slanesh Army. I'm doing kind of a weird thing. I have a weird plan for them. You think GW will bite the bullet and make Vashdor a full god? No, they just released the character. They wouldn't do that just yet. Or you can wait for the Skull event, Games Workshop 22 of this month. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Shout out to the fact that some absolute maniac ended up stealing the new Horus Heresy second, third, whatever edition box, and then posting it on like a Facebook marketplace of all things. And then GW had to move up their plans from like the Dallas Open to unveiling it next week. It's pretty funny. I want to make Dornian Heresy Iron Hands. That's good. That's good. Hi, long time silent watcher here. Don't know how it was reactive. Okay, but I love your child of okay. Oh, I can't wait for your personality to come back. Hell yeah. Well, the cool thing of their story is that they show up in multiple books and get to show an outside perspective of multiple major events, such as Fulgrim's ascension to being a demon Primarch. Okay. So, yeah, Blood Bowl 2. Yeah. I have a funny story about Blood Bowl. Um, if you're like a long time viewer of these streams, like particularly long, you would have you would have heard the name Matt before. Matt's one of my older friends. He's a bit of a maniac. He's kind of one of the most bizarre cryptids of a human being I've ever met. This guy is he's cool. He's about my age. I think he's like a year younger than me. Maybe not really by much, but he's a younger guy than me by 1 year. So I was like 27, something like that. And he is very much one of the most insane people I've ever met in my entire life. He will do the dumbest shit I ever. He's just there's so many stories I have involving him and me doing pretty much borderline illegal shit. He is one of those individuals. Currently has a child. Good on him. Kind of pulling his life together recently, which is kind of awesome for him. Which, kind of cool guy. But there was this one meme that he would constantly, every chance he would get, he would message me and ask to play Blood Bowl 2. He would just it doesn't matter what time of day it would be. It doesn't matter if I was at work. It'd be like 2 p.m, 5 a.m. If he was up and he was bored, he'd just like drunk text me and be like, hey, you want to play some Blood Bowl 2? And the answer was always no, because like Blood Bowl 2 is just, I don't know, I'll play it on the off and on the digital scape, but I'm more of a tabletop guy. I've always been more of a tabletop guy. I prefer games on the table more than like video games. It's just, I don't know, I like the physical feel of things. And he would always just keep asking me to play Blood Bowl 2. And I found out that I wasn't the only one. He would ask every other person in a friend group if you wanted to play Blood Bowl 2. And it's become such a meme that like I talked to like a bunch of other friends of mine, like a buddy of mine, Nick. I love Nick to death. Nick's my baby boy. He's perfect. But like I'd be like, hey, Matt messaged me last night, and then Nick would look at me and be like, hey, he asked you to play Blood Bowl 2, didn't he? And I'm like, yeah. And he spammed me to play Blood Bowl 2 as well. It's like, it's funny. Every time someone's like Blood Bowl 2, I'm like, Matt, because that's the game he would always ask people to play, because he'd always run the dumbest like team comps. And so I stopped playing with him, because he'd just be like, yeah, I'm going to run a team of like 6 ogres and nothing else. I'm not going to actually play the game. I'm just going to beat you to death. Oh yeah, no, same with me. Like most of my university stories end with me ending up in places that I shouldn't be and doing things that I probably shouldn't have done. Like there's times where I'm like, I will admit there were some nights where I'm like, I've drastically shortened my life expectancy by a factor of years because of just the event that I did that night. And it has nothing to do with like, oh, I'm not a partier. I just do stupid shit. There was this thing. I want to talk about it at some point. I just have no idea how to talk about it in what format. So if you guys are in the Discord server, we have a Discord server, by the way. It's in the link of the stream, or in the description of these servers, or this stream. Okay. We got it. Oh God, 1 second, guys. We got someone who's joining. We're gonna add a guy to the call really quickly. Oh goodness graciousness. Oh golly gee. Could it possibly be? Okay, I can't stretch this out. I'm calling him, but oh my God, he's here.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, what's good, chat? How are we doing on this?
Perfect. Hot mic, we all in. We're just sharing stories. Yeah, having a good time.
Hot mic, eh?
Yeah. That hot mic's an old it's an old term that I used to use a lot. Fun fact. I used to be radio kid. That was what I was.
Of course you did.
Oh, what? Did I not tell you this?
No, you did not. Listen, man, you overestimate the amount of time we've spent talking about like our actual lives and like absolute fucking nonsense.
Fair. So, so comically enough, if you this is gonna kind of like dox my high school, but like I think in the entirety of Eastern Canada, I went to the only school that was both um a high school, but it was also a trade school. So while you're taking like your high school classes, you could just take up an actual like trade school trade and get certified.
That
So
sounds fucking sick.
yeah, it kind of was, but also I'm kind of a big thicky bobo, and I didn't go, what's an applicable skill that's going to be useful no matter what age? Welding? Lame. Carpentry? I would never want that. Plumbing? Who wants to get paid over $100,000 a year to go in and be like, yeah, that's the toilet, and then leave. That's it. But no, I decided to go into the RTV program, which is the radio and television. And that's why I have the ability to go into the radio voice if I choose to. I just haven't done so in a very long time. But it's why I have.
Give it a go, real quick.
I'm good. Thank you very much.
What? You don't want to talk like this all the time and be like, "Hi, everybody, how's it going? We're here live on YouTube.com."
No, it's so the radio voice isn't like transatlantic. It's like I have to straight back, and I gotta turn my gain down a little bit. You're going to have to speak from your diaphragm, and you're going to have to try and remove all traces of accent that you could possibly have and enunciate all of your words in perfect syllabic form. You have to keep track of your breathing and make sure you know when you're speaking and make sure that there's a period at the end of every 7 words. And it gets a little bit complicated when you do that, but there's a lot of projection involved when it comes to like your like diaphragm. So something we used to do when I was in radio is it was like first year was radio, second year was television, and both of those very useful skills tangentially to hear, but like because like being able to speak and being able to edit videos is like it was one of the things that we had to learn. I learned how to edit audio through sight. Like I don't need to listen to any of the audio. I can do like a great deal of editing.
You're a fucking crazy person.
What?
You're a fucking crazy person.
No, it's really not that hard. So it like it's not like edit 100% to sight, but like once you kind of learn how to do it, you could just kind of see, okay, that's what a breath looks like. That's what like a pause should be. That's an ununiform waveform, so that usually means that's just a sound that's not supposed to be there. It's why like I can edit audio pretty damn quickly.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just look at the waveform. You know what? I need to obtain this skill at some point.
I could show you. It's not that hard. Because I don't edit it completely. Like it's just like cursory edits to send to people. It's what I do for my like editors, Alice, Linky, and you, I guess. I will go a little bit more in depth for like more in depth like shit, but like in general, I'll do like a cursory glance and shave off about 2-3 minutes of junk audio that I don't really need, just because like from sight I can tell what pretty much everything is because you train yourself to do so. But back to what I meant earlier, but like when you're going into radio, I was taught by like an actual like professional radio like DJ. Like he was someone who had been doing it since like the 60s and the 50s, and one of the things that he taught us was something that they don't really do anymore because it's not really a big deal, but it's like if you walk into a room and you are about to go live, you look at someone and go hot mic, just so that they know that they're about to that there's whatever they say is going to be on mic. Yeah, it's an old habit.
Like it's a term I've heard before, but and like I understand it just by like context.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured, But speaking of skills, I guess you didn't, because somebody said funny of the skills you pick up in ways you didn't expect further down the line.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I guess something that helped me a lot in general was growing up as a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh yeah.
It's like it just gave me like no social anxiety, and like because as a kid, like they would take me to just like knock on random people's doors and be like, hey, The
Uh,
God you believe in is wrong. How about you take a look at this one? This is the real shit. Check this out, dog. You know, like, I
uh,
got a couple of Bible verses for you that I don't completely understand, but I'm gonna pretend that I do, and like I'm gonna make a point, I think. And like it gave me like crazy sales skills, and then on top of that, it was like, um, I also like from a young age they would get me up on stage at the meetings weekly to read the Bible to people. And so
hmm.
it gave me really good like live reading skills. They gave me like tips and tricks on like emoting and pausing and breathing and all of the shit that you would get from like I don't know, a fucking like acting thing. I don't know, but it was literally just all of that combined into me being able to act but like from like a very like weird perspective or like being able to be a presenter, which is why I find it so easy to just kind of get to talk to people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the other day I was walking around downtown with some friends. I think it was Friday, this past Friday, and I was walking around and I was like, "Yo, why does it smell like bananas?" And my friend is like, "Dude, that does not smell like bananas. That's paint." And they point at me to like some dude spray painting, and they're like, "Dude, like that's what it is. It just smells like chemicals." I'm like, "No, dude, hold on." And I literally walk up to these random guys, like fully tatted up, big, intimidating looking guys. I'm like, "Gang, I got a question for y'all. Y'all think your spray paint smells like bananas?" And they were like super chill immediately. They're like, "Yo, what's good, bro?" Yeah, the nicest guys ever. But they're looking at me a little bit like, "Are you like special?" You know?
uh, oh
Like they're
god.
like, "You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, it does smell like bananas." And I didn't even realize, but I was
Uh,
wearing like a button-up shirt covered in bananas. And so they're like, "Nah, I think you're just smelling yourself, dog." I'm like, "Oh shit, you know what? I didn't even realize, but yeah, you might be right." You know?
no, that's awesome. Comically enough, I'm like the polar opposite, but the end result is relatively the same. Um,
Yeah.
like most of my life is like I've always been like this is I guess this is personal, but not really. I don't really care that much, but most of my life, like especially like my early life, I've always been like the exact opposite. I'm like insecure and super socially anxious about damn near everything, but I don't know when this switch flipped. I don't know how it changed, but I just gained this indomitable, impossible to place skill where I can just I'm freaking the fuck out right now, but I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like
You
just
learned, and listen, the way to learn to not freak the fuck out as much is to just be like, "Yes."
literally, yeah. I'm just like it's. I think it's a development of the last 5 years where I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna have a panic attack while I'm doing it, but I might as well attempt, right?
Yeah, give it
Like
a go.
it's like going to kickboxing is one of those things where like I'll be honest, it's so out of my wheelhouse that like every time for like the first 3 times I had to message people and be like, hey, could you like talk me up a little bit here? I'm freaking out, and they're like, yeah, just go, it's fine. And I'm like, cool, thanks. And then I'll show up and I'll be panicking the whole time, but I'll walk out of that class being like, man, that was pretty cool. That was nice.
Dude, you want to know when the switch flipped for me completely?
Mm,
Because like I had a little bit of that like anxiousness to me. There were
yeah.
two separate instances, all right, and they're really different and weird. So when I was in eighth grade, I joined the improv team at my school
Mm,
because like I still had that bit in me.
yeah.
Like the I was already like theater kid energy and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But they were like I was the only dude in the improv team. And they were like, "Yeah, come to do this improv tournament in Oakville with us." And so I went down, and I acted with them. And then there was one round where they gave us a thing, and I was like half listening, but like, or I don't know, I was listening, and I was so ready to go. I'm like, "Yeah, put me out there, guys. I got a great idea."
yeah,
And then
yeah.
I went in there, and the idea left me. I was standing there, and I was like, "I don't know what I'm
Oh,
supposed to be. I don't know what I'm supposed to do."
oh,
And I
oh.
stood there and I froze, and I was up there in front of like a crowd of like other improv kids, and I was like, shit. And I literally apologized to everybody, walked out, and cried. And I was like, ever since then, that was my first sign to commit to the bit. The second sign is when I was like There was this video that Ouija Plays made ages ago.
Mm.
Well, quote unquote made, which was just copying the Soul Bro number 3 of fucking how to be an online voice actor videos.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I just commented under the guy's like thing, like, hey, there's this guy. I think he stole your video. And then the Sobro, like, I listened to an interview of him talking to some other guy about this like video theft, and the guy's like, yeah, this fucking kid messaged me about it, and he said it in the most like wimpy way possible, like he's making this big claim and then adding kinda to it, like, just fucking say it, dude, just say the guy stole the video. I'm like, shit,
Oh,
you're right.
I
So
get it.
those were two instances where I was like, I'm committing to the bit.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kaiser Yank over here
Yeah,
donated
yeah, I
$10.
saw, I saw. Hey Arthur, any tips on my homebrew chapter? One of the funky ones that totally doesn't use Horus's gene seed. Just don't ask the Blood Angels what happened that one time in M41. So weirdly enough, you kind of caught me at a good time because usually my advice for this would be like, eh, just focus in on whatever you're doing and try and make it grounded. But I think when it comes to 40K and any kind of chapter whatsoever, I'm realizing this because, like, fun fact, guys, I kind of made my own warband, like, literally recently, like, within the last week, and I've already kind of fleshed out some of the lore just so I can paint it as an art project. But what? What are you laughing at? You better not be laughing at me. I
No,
will cry.
no, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. What I said it under my breath. I don't know if it picked it up. I just said, "What will we weasel with?"
I'm going to. I'm. I invite,
Carry on with your weird.
I invite you on this stream because you're funny, not to make fun of me.
Yeah, but listen, I'm sure your audience loves it.
Okay, but basically, when you're creating any kind of warband whatsoever, you want to. The thing with Warhammer as like a setting is the majority of the factions are kind of like, what's the end point of them being flanderized from your idea? Like, you take the idea that you came up with and you're just like, what if this idea had to go on for like 30 seasons and we had to key in on the most basic aspects of this character? Like, if we had to silhouette their idea, what would be the most sticky outy bits that you had to focus in on? So what would that be? And then you key in on those, and that's how you write what your chapter is going to be, because every single faction in 40K is the faction of all time. Like Blood Angels, they are all blonde hair, perfect face, vampire berserkers, and every single detail of their faction revolves around that, to the point where when there's someone who isn't that in the faction, it's weird and they're an outlier and it sticks out. Same with like Space Wolves, they're werewolf Vikings. Everything they do is werewolf Vikings, to the point where it's almost like super tropey. Ultramarines, they're the ultimate generalists. So everything they do is based around that specific theme. So the more you kind of focus in on what the key theme is, the more that you'll get like a better idea of it. Like, my current idea right now is I've always wanted to do like a half and half paint scheme, where like the left half of their armor is one color and the right half of their armor is a different color. And I wanted to have a kind of like a mirrored scheme where the right side is white with a very light gold trim and the other side is black with a light silver trim, and they kind of meet in the middle. So I had this idea of like, I wanted to just paint that because it was started off as an art project. And then I was like, well, what kind of warband would look like this? Like, what kind of fill in the gaps? And I'm like, well, what if they were fixated on perfection but always fell short, and thus they had to represent that in their armor scheme? Like, oh, they're imperfect, therefore they're not completely the pristine mirror sheen that they want to be. They have those kind of cracks in their armor to show that. So I just kind of kept building on a Slaneshi warband that was obsessed with perfection and kept making more and more deals with Slanesh for just these perfect abilities, the ability to be better at everything. And they kept making more and more egregious deals, seeing no affront to Slanesh, and in the end Slanesh ended up cursing them to always fall short of being the best at anything. So they're great at a lot of things, but they'll never be the best at anything. And that's the thing that they always strive to. So I call them the imperfect choir. They're a bunch of, or no, the imperfect chorus. They're an individual group, a warband that's dedicated to trying breaking this curse. And the only way they can break the curse is through ascension to demonhood. And that's why I want to pick up a Slaaneshi demon prince and have their entire armor be this pristine silver white that represents that the curse has been purged from their body with the gold trim. And I thought that was a cool idea, so I'm doing that as an art project, and it's kind of gotten me to think about how to make a warband in Warhammer and how to write in a way that's like punchy and you can immediately understand what the gimmick is just by looking at them. So yeah, and also painting white and black. Fuck that. That sucks. That sucks a lot. That sucks so goddamn much.
Really? I don't know. I think I would like that. I would like painting white and black, but you know that maybe that's just me because I like manga colors. I like monochromatic. I like that old shit. You know, I like
Yeah.
that.
It's just when you
But
fuck up. It's just when you fuck up. Like when you fuck up painting white on black or black on white, the correction is it's annoying as fuck. Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
'Cause, fun fact, did you know that like most white paints are terrible now? I think we've finally been able to like synthetically make a good white. But did you know that the pigment that made the best white paint that we have was banned long, long ago because of the funniest lore tidbit I've ever heard.
What was it?
So how we get pigments for a lot of paints is we have to make oxidated metals. So rust makes pigments. So if you want like a brown or a dark red, you use iron because that's what their rust is. If you want like green or some forms of blue like turquoise, you get copper because those get verdigris and they get that little green hue, and that's how we make those kinds of paints. Same with like blue. Blue is made from the oxidated form of cyanide, which weird. But the funniest part about white paint is that there's two metals that make it. Now there's a shitty version that doesn't bond well with any kind of liquid medium, but it does create a very crisp and very bright, vibrant white, and that's titanium, which is why there's a paint called titanium white. The other one is lead, and we all know what happened with lead paint back in the 80s, unfortunately. There's a reason why, if you ask your parents if they're over the age of 60, a particularly difficult question, they're going to stare off in the distance for a little longer than you feel comfortable with. They got the boomer lead paint stare, as I like to call it. It's good time.
Ooh, I love that. You know, sometimes you know, the old Shrek paint on the Shrek thing with fucking McDonald's cups.
Yeah.
Come back to get you sometimes, you know. Sometimes you pick up you like so, dude, that's why I don't buy like a dishware from Goodwill.
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
no,
any,
never.
or any like fucking what's it called? Secondhand store for that matter. Unless it's like completely like just porcelain or whatever. You know, if there's any painting or any shit like that, I'm like I feel like playing with my life today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yo,
okay. So
do
shall
you
we
think we can?
hop it?
Shall we?
Yeah, I think we should. But
Oh man, so
I do
go
hope
ahead. I'll let
that
you
helped
introduce it.
Kaiser Yank. I hope that helped. But yes, host and play. I'll get the server up, but you had something you would like to say?
Huh? Do I have something to say?
Yeah, or did you want me to get into the thing?
Oh, dude. Okay. You know what? Oh yeah. Introduce the thing, and then I'll introduce the thing. Okay.
Okay, so everybody, um, basically one of the key components of these streams, the Anything Goes streams, is the idea of the Ultimate Book Club. The Ultimate Book Club is something that all of you can engage in if you so choose. It is an idea that I completely and totally lifted from people who are significantly funnier and more talented than I will ever be, and that is the Versus Wolves podcast. It's fantastic. Go watch them. They do the idea but better, and it's just such a good idea. But what the gimmick is that every week when me and Cole meet up for one of these games, I'm going to challenge him, or he is going to challenge me with engaging in a piece of media, an activity, or what have you. Kalani, you are not on Steam. I cannot invite you for some reason.
Oh wait, I didn't even realize we were opening Terraria yet.
I thought
because I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be fun to show the people what we're talking about, because technically the first few chapters are officially online free. I did send you the link there, so you could show them a little bit of what we're talking about.
So I will save and exit Terraria really quickly. It was his turn last week, and what ended up happening was, I think my first recommendation to you was a movie by the name of Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. Kaiser Yank, I saw. I'll check those out after. Oh, there. Okay. Thank you, microphone. I recommended Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. So it responded by recommending one of 3 manga that was up to a vote for everybody that was in chat. So if you were here last week, you might have been able to read it because I found it for free online. But the manga's name is A Bug Ego. And yeah, I read the first 3 chapters. Oh, okay. That's kind of weird. I see why now. I scrolled down and saw something. So I read the first 3 chapters. And there was a moment. Do you want to start the discussion now, or do you want to
Yeah. Well, do you want to describe what the story is really quick?
Okay, so we'll start it. So I'll share screen.
Yeah, so you can show people what it is that Bug Ego is. So Bug Ego is a manga written by the author of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100, and it is illustrated by Kyoto Shitara. And it is a crazy, batshit insane manga. I don't know if anybody here is a manga reader, and if you've been reading Dandadan, you know how Dandadan will just whip out some crazy left field shit that you would never have expected. Bug Ego is like that times 10.
Yeah, no, it is quite literally. So I'll just give my impression to start. I usually for these, because I've done this in the past before. So if anybody wants to, this manga is mostly free, but apparently I found out an issue here, which is that chapters. Oh God, it just released chapter 9
today.
Today, that's crazy. I didn't know that they were still doing it.
No. It's like a monthly series, so it's updated on the 18th or 17th, depending of every month.
Okay, I might look into this more because I really liked it. So the premise of this book, this manga, is simply put 2 high school kids. I'm assuming high school. I don't think it's ever really stated.
Yeah, high school.
Become friends because one of them found a weird little notebook, and this weird little notebook has a list of in real life glitches, just issues with reality that if you perform specific rituals, you can actually cause breaks in reality. You can cause a bug. This is basically like, hey, what if we did a slice of life manga in Skate 2 universe? That'd be kind of cool.
That's such a weird description, but oddly fitting.
Yeah, it is, because it's just like it's very odd, and I normally keep my opinions to myself until we meet up, because this isn't the first time I have done this, because I did this on my another stream back like a couple years ago. But something happened in this manga that I was like, okay, there's some shit here.
Wait. Are you talking about the
yes,
little one, or like
yes, that page, that yeah,
surfing?
No, the one that I sent you that was like
The one where he's running around.
Yeah, the naked old
What?
man running at a bunch of high school girls. Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere, dude. So yeah, you got the two characters. You got Takehiro Kokudo and you've got Makoto Hitsujiya. I love them so much because they both have an energy to them that I'm like, this is really good. They bounce off each other very well. And like the whole premise of this is like every single chapter, they're like, here's a new secret trick, is what they call it. And the idea is like, oh, in the first chapter, it's kind of brilliant because it establishes just how low the bar goes, but how high it can go as well. Because like it starts off where he's like, oh yeah, here's a secret trick to make a bird poop in the same spot whenever you do this specific ritual. And he's like, you can't do that. He's like, no, you literally can. You put a 50 yen coin in this machine, you tap all of these specific buttons in this sequence, and if you look over there, a bird just pooped. And every time you do it, you can do it. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he's just like, oh, and by the way, whenever this is an eclipse, we can rewind time as far as we want back in our life. And that,
You have to commit a crime to do it.
yeah, you have to commit a crime. It's like the rituals become so outlandish that it's like, this has to be fucking with me. And I thought this manga was going a very weird route when it just committed to the bit in the first chapter, because in the first chapter when they do that time rewind ritual, he's like, yeah, you got to go dance in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, they're literally right there, stark naked. You have to dance in a schoolyard and get the school, like, you have to do it perfectly. And that's what the manga is all like about. And he's just like doing the dance because he's like, he didn't study for the test and he wanted to go back in time to study for it. And this is when I thought the manga was going to go in a different direction, because he fails and never leaves his house again.
And like, I love how, like, you can see it in these panels here where the manga just ping pongs between this ultra realistic, it almost looks like weirdly like rotoscope Photoshop filter type realism back to like super cartoony manga bullshit.
Yeah,
which is like, it's the best. It's so good.
I swear I know this artist, and if it is, that's really funny because it might be. I don't want to spoil it, but I do have a recommend for you.
Ooh,
I have one of two,
okay.
but you get to choose. We'll get there. I'm still not done. Because I want to yeah. Not the art. Yeah, I know the creator is one, but who's the artist?
Oh, the artist, you can see that like right at the beginning, like on the second page. It's
yeah,
Kyoto Shitara.
Kyoto Shitara. I've recognized this art style.
Hey, welcome to the Stream Galactic Hamster. We're doing the Ultimate Book Club where we talk about like something that I recommend, or conversely Arthur recommends to each other to check out. So last week Arthur recommended me, Kalani, to watch Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, which was a very good movie. I liked it a lot. It's free to watch on archive.org if you want to, or you can rent it on YouTube for like a pretty cheap price. But I chose the free archive.org route. Right now we're talking about Bug Ego, which is a manga that you can read for free on viz.com/Shonen Jump. This isn't a plug. This is just a really good manga, and Shonen Jump lets you read the first and last 3 chapters of a manga for free. So if you want to just keep up with manga officially, then you can just do it on this website.
Yeah.
Which Bug Ego, the first 3 chapters are free, and then if you want to go read more, I mean, hey, go on ahead. And because it's a monthly series, the chapters are longer, so usually 50 pages. The first chapter is 70 pages, so it's quite a big boy of a chapter. There's a lot packed in there.
There doesn't feel like there's a wasted moment. There was actually some times in this that I was like, this is pretty good. Like, this is, again, one of the most out-of-pocket things, because, like, to get back to the story, after getting tricked, I thought that's the thing. I thought it was Kokudo was just actually an asshole. It just tricked him into doing this to embarrass himself for some reason, and we were just going to be like, oh, is this just a manga about some short kid ruining people's lives? And then it just kept following him. Like, he's now homeless looking for ham scraps in the middle of nowhere as like this guy, and it cuts to the future. It's so crazy. And yeah, so Kokudo, that little weird kid, shows up again, and I'll be honest, I fuck with that design something fierce. That's I don't know. I like out of place weirdos in manga. It's I don't know. Yeah,
The round cartoon,
yeah,
almost like Osamu Tezuka looking.
yeah,
Design,
yeah,
compared
yeah.
to the super realistic homeless
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, bro looks like he's from the original run of fucking Dororo or some shit. But
Bro looks like he's like Professor Elephant from Astro Boy.
yeah. So what ended up happening was fucking Kokudo showed up and was just like, "Hey, yeah, the tricks are real. You just fucked up the dance. You moved your leg in the wrong spot." And he's like, "Wait, so it was real the whole time?" He's like, "Yeah." So then they have a small training montage of learning how to do the dance perfectly this time. And they just do it until they get it right. And this is when I realized that there is something special with this manga. I have to find the panel. Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah. No. I know exactly which one it is.
Literally, it's this
page
one. This is
59. Yeah.
I sent this exact panel to Kalani, and I was like, "This is fucking amazing."
He's like doing the dance while dodging the gym teacher that's trying to fucking get him.
Oh, it's so good. And it goes pretty crazy because he's got passion in it too. I hope YouTube doesn't. There's no nudity.
There's no genitals. There's no genitals here. No nipples. No nothing. It's just a guy fucking flipping around. He looks like a Dark Souls zombie. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then the manga ends with him waking up in class because it worked. And that's the entire premise of the manga. It's just like every.
That's the first chapter.
Yeah, the first chapter is crazy like that. I thought it was so interesting. But the weirdest thing is that there's a lot of opportunity here for some really good horror shit, which is weird because you'd never think that one is good at horror. It's why I want to continue, because he's baited the lure a little bit, because like chapter 2, I won't spoil it. If you want to read it, go for it. But chapter 2 is about like, hey, here's the ritual you need to do to what do you call it? Lucid dream every night without fail. And the guy Hitsujiya, the guy who wants to try it, he keeps fucking it up because apparently he just is kind of dumb. That's literally the explanation. You need a really good imagination for it to work. So he keeps trying to do it, but he keeps fucking it up because he's just dumb. So they end up, the guy, Kokudo, the guy who has the journal, is like, here, use my dream journal and sleep with that so you know
what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah,
when you
so
do
you
it
have an
right.
idea. Yeah. And they end up meeting in the same dream world because apparently, since they're both lucid dreaming the same thing, they show up in the same world. And then they're just having a great time. They're going on adventures. And then it gets kind of weird because someone else shows up. And they are not friendly. And they are definitely better at lucid dreaming than these individuals, because then it turns into some pretty fucking wild body horror and shit, right?
Yeah.
It's really good. One second, let me see if I can find like a snippet of like
Oh yeah, no worries. So chapter 2, the page you want is 40 and 41.
Yeah. So let's go. Okay. So like,
or no wait, 38 and 39, and then just flip to 40 41.
Yeah. So basically this is just them enjoying like their little journey to go through like this dream world and shit. And then like they're just like chilling on the beach when suddenly a guy shows up out of nowhere asking for them. He's like, we didn't dream this, we didn't add this. And then a fucking weird little worm comes out of his mouth and shoots a crazy fucking laser at him. And then it just straight up turns into like a horror manga for like a little bit. As for some reason, though they're not like physically harmed, they actually do feel the pain that this guy actually is causing to them. Um, so like he starts like his presence starts rotting the world and shit. Um, they start trying to like run away from him, and he just keeps turning into these weird fucking like Ao Oni shits. Um,
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, it goes some pretty crazy places. Because like the guy who draws seems to be pretty good at doing like these almost like still life. It almost looks kind of like the old
Like a 3D model or something.
I was gonna say
almost.
like Ralph Bakshi, like the Hobbit rotoscope animation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like it delves into like nearly like classical art like type horror. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
But then it wins you back with the dumbest shit you've ever seen. Because again, everybody's lucid dreaming. And it turns out that Hitsujiya is kind of an idiot, but also he's got the brain of a child who likes action comics and also played too much Final Fantasy. So he has like all of these like dumb drawings and shit. Um, I really, really like the premise of this. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
no.
and you only know it's gonna get more intense as it goes on, and there is a deeper meaning to it as it goes on. Like kind of like Mob Psycho, where it's batshit insane, but there is like this really good heart to it, and it's has its sincere and honestly kind of like scary and serious moments, like we just explained. So it's a really good manga. I highly recommend you guys
Yeah,
check
yeah,
out
yeah.
Bug Ego. I think we can stop talking at chapter 2. Chapter 3, I think it's one of my favorite ones. I think that's the museum one, right?
Yeah, that's the museum one. I just finished that, and it's just like, I
That one also kind of goes into horror a little bit as
that
well.
one's horror in like the most existential way possible because literally, fundamentally, they don't really gotta do anything because it's just, oh yeah, a copy of your sentience was put into this mask forever. Does that mean anything bad for me? No. But he's gonna suffer
No.
because he's got really nothing to do and he's just in there now. Oh, dude, what do
It's
we?
like Severance almost, but
Yeah,
not really.
yeah, kind of. It's like, oh, so is there an evil clone in my body? I don't know. By the way, I stopped at chapter 3 because chapter 4 is not available at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's not free to read, but you can pay, or you can pay to read it for like, you can pay to read it like for it's
I
like
probably
three or
will.
four bucks a month.
It's fine.
And you get access to the entire Shonen Jump backlog, and if you get it, I'll just keep recommending you shit from Shonen Jump.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool. It's
Okay.
cool. So, um, okay, so it's my turn to reference something to you.
Mhm.
So let me just check really quickly.
All right.
I don't know if it's really easy to find this.
Zach Spamalama with $2. What would your wrestling entrance be?
Oh, my
All right.
wrestling entrance theme. Um, I don't know. There's like a few. I don't know what I would choose. Okay, so it is on Manga Dex. I'm going to need you to please tell me it's not just one fucking chapter, cause like there's
I'll
more.
find it otherwise. Don't worry.
So
What's it called?
so this is a very hard to find one. I need you to. I'm gonna tell you it, but I need you to listen to my instructions first. Do not look up anything about the manga, like the manga's production, but read the manga. I want you to read, like, same with me, read like the first 3 chapters if you can find them, but it is pretty hard to find. Now, chat, if you
Okay.
know what I'm talking about, don't spoil the funny part, but probably one of the greatest manga I've ever read ever is this. I say in terms of art, it is probably one of the best, and that's why like Bug Eagle reminded me of this. But this is a manga that's pretty obscure and it failed a little bit. I got into it because you and me, we have a mutual friend who just kind of disappeared, who
Okay.
is big into like 1920s jazz and like blues
All
and
right.
shit. So this manga is called Me and the Devil Blues, the tale of Robert Johnson, or the unreal life of Robert Johnson. Are you familiar with the name Robert Johnson?
Not at all.
Okay, everybody, you're going to learn about one of my special interests today. And you'd be surprised to know this. Warhammer's not my special interest at all. Warhammer's a hobby. One of my favorite things to kind of research and read about is music history, and specifically a topic known as ethnomusicology. It is a thing that I studied in university and actually excelled at more so than what I was majoring in. So ethnomusicology is it's a study of music and how it relates to ethnicity and culture, specifically with like in regards to region. So like, stu- so studying like how if you go back to look at like black gospel music, how if you go back and look at that in like the 1910s and 1920s, you trace the cultural lineage of that leads into 1990s and modern day rock and roll music, because without that we wouldn't have derivatives that became from that. But one of the most important and interesting dividing points of that is, I believe, in 1920, oh god, I'm not going to quote this because it's been a while since I've talked about Robert Johnson, but Robert Johnson is the first man to have ever claimed to have sold his soul to the devil to become a great musician. Not 1929, it was 1939. He died at the age of 27. And the thing is, this manga is just a 100% straight recollection of a more mythical take about Robert Johnson's life. Now, this is a very brutalistic take because it is the guy who wrote it and drew for it is very much interested in American history. So, as weird as it isn't, again, remember, this is from the lens of a Japanese individual who didn't live in America, but he does understand Americana, and it is a story about African American persecution in the 1920s and 1930s. But it also
So is this the first member of the 27 Club?
Technically, he's one of the first.
First documented.
So the interesting thing about Robert Johnson is in 1935, I think it was 1934 or 1935, he played music and apparently was booed off of stage. Like, he was considered so bad that no one wanted to hear him. 1 year goes by, he comes back, and apparently he is doing things musically that no one has ever seen ever. And it's to the point where, and I mean this, we have some of his work recorded because people were like, I've never heard music like this before. And if you listen to his music, specifically like a song called Me and the Devil Blues, it's haunting because he is playing what is ostensibly 1960s, 1970s like swamp blues, like just 1960s, 1970s, and even 1980s blues, like shit you'd see with like George Thorogood, Muddy Waters, Stevie Ray Vaughan, like all of those guys. You're hearing shit that he's doing 30, 40, and in some cases 50 years before it was even common to do. It's interesting. So he recorded some music before he died, and it is some of the most interesting I've ever heard, because this man isn't just before his time. This man is so ahead of what was considered musically normal here that when he made songs about, oh yeah, I sold my soul to the devil to get this level of fame and talent, people believed him. And honestly, there is a case to be made if you're the religious type. I don't believe it, but I think it is interesting that in 1 year he was able to progress so much. I don't know, I kind of want to play some of it because I've talked about it on stream before, but yeah, he is a very, very interesting individual. But yes, this manga is so interesting. because the mangaka, do not look up the mangaka because it's really, really funny. I have a story to tell later. The mangaka represents Robert Johnson's ability to play the guitar in such a way that people considered supernatural, in a way that I don't think I could ever describe as anything other than masterful. It is perfect.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah. No, and he does this. So every time Robert Johnson picks up his guitar, it looks like that. It looks unnatural because he's moving in a way that isn't there. But now I will state, everybody, if you go and look up Robert Johnson and you listen to his stuff, you're gonna listen to it and be like, okay, this is a little pastiche. It's not exactly contemporary, and it's not something that most people would listen to now and think is like super modern. So you got to look at it from the lens of like, this guy released his music in like 1935, but when recording like stuff, I was about to say software, but like, like recording equipment wasn't even commonly used. So the fact that he was able to record it and like have it be saved for posterity is insane. It's on YouTube if you want to listen to Robert Johnson's music, the stuff that we have. I think about like 10 to 20 tracks, not too many. But yeah, I hope you
I'm
enjoy
excited.
this.
Listen, there's so much like, I don't know, a fucking supernatural like 1930s era like black horror,
Mm-mm.
okay, I'm gonna tell you, I went to watch Sinners recently,
I've
and
heard
that movie
Sinners is
was
pretty
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie, dude. So I went to watch it in theaters when I was in Toronto this past week with a good Newgrounds friend of mine. And we went in. He said another animator recommended it. Well, an animator recommended it to him.
Hmm.
I don't know if y'all knows who Snackers is, but Snackers recommended this to us. And he's like, yeah, he just said to just go watch it. And I had never heard of this movie at all. I hadn't seen any trailers for it. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna see what the movie's all about. And man, I'm so glad I went in there and I was not expecting what I got at all. All I was told is, dude, it got Michael B. Jordan in it. And I'm like, all right, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Sinners is such a good movie. Gang, go watch Sinners. And,
Yeah.
Arthur, this isn't my thing, but this isn't my thing for you, so this doesn't count. But I'm just telling you to go watch Sinners, bro.
Oh no, it's on my list. I got a lot of movies and shit that I want to see. Sinners, I've heard is
But
good,
it's in theaters right now.
and like
It's in theaters.
that's one of my like weaknesses. Is like I'm like the worst Canadian ever because like one of my favorite things is just like classic Americana. Like I love like American history because like the culture and the progression of it is so interesting, at least like speaking like musically speaking, just like seeing the evolution of genres and how like music was distributed throughout like the radio and how like it was like created is an interesting way to put that, because one of my favorite things is it kind of became a scandal recently with like the Drake versus Kendrick beef, because it's the first time I have ever heard people bring the word payola into the modern zeitgeist, and I'm like, oh, it's back, we're doing it again, that's awesome. But it's not, but it's so cool because like we had a payola scandal in the fucking 1920s, dude. What the fuck? So payola is basically like, we don't know what the first technical music genre was naturally. Like we don't know what it was, because payola is, hey, I'm gonna give you a record with $100 bill duct taped to the back of it. You play it for as many fucking spins as you can, and I will do this again tomorrow. That's what it was. And you basically, there was no like board to regulate if, oh, this is the most popular song in the world right now, this one, and then they play it and it could be dog shit, but if they paid for it, it's on the radio. So we don't truly know what was technically popular because we were just told what was popular and forced to listen to it. So when payola got cracked down, sure, there was a bit more of a funneling of culture into like this bottleneck of what we were supposed to listen to, but we don't know what people's tastes would have tended to before that. And yeah, but yeah,
Man,
I love
that's kind of sick.
Yeah, I do quite like American music culture. It's very interesting. And Canadian music culture. Just
Yeah, we
Canadian
just have
music.
a little bit less of it.
Yeah, no,
Well, at
it's
least less recent stuff, anyway.
I mean, we got Chad Kroger. It's kind of cool, I
We
guess.
got Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Wayne
Yeah.
Gretzky.
We got fucking Classified. Fucking you guys remember Classified?
The heck is classified?
Yeah, I love it so much. No one remembers Classified. He was on the radio for a grand total of maybe 36 seconds. Uh, and while he was on radio, it was like every single fucking like Canadian like television news network was like, "Is this the Canadian answer to Eminem?" And it's like, no. It's just because he's a fucking scrawny, short white guy with like bleach blonde hair. That's literally all you're saying it. And
That's just an L, bro.
that is I'm pretty sure fucking Eminem made a song about this. It's called The Real Slim Shady. And I'm just gonna say you ain't him.
You are not the real Slim Shady.
You're not that guy, buddy. Like you're not.
You're not even close. You're not even close.
Yeah.
Not even that guy.
So
You're nowhere near being that guy.
yeah. So shall we get to Terraria?
Yeah, let's Terraria, bro.
Yeah. Let me turn the audio.
Marcus says, paint some T-Sons in anticipation for the new codex. Have a good Sunday, everyone. Have a good Sunday, everyone.
I'm glad. I do like the little robots. The Thousand Suns robots, they're pretty cool.
But yeah, partial. We are indeed reading Me and the Devil Blues. It is baller. I found it. Hold on. So, the first volume is free to read on Internet Archive.
Yeah.
If you want to read the whole volume, but it's like a really shitty scan.
Yeah.
But like it's the official translation. But the entire first volume, so 548 pages of it are on there. Or you can read it on Manga Fire. That's where I found it, and it's like a better scan. So I'm probably gonna read that one because I value the art slightly more over the translation.
You got a point. I'm gonna invite you. Are you online?
I am indeed.
Are you set to offline?
Oh yeah, I'm set to invisible. Hold on a sec.
It is okay. There we go. I am inviting you now.
Okay.
The password is the same as last week.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Me and the Devil Blues, pretty good, pretty fun, a little bit classic, a little bit classy. It's pretty cool. It was either that or I was gonna recommend an anime, but I was like, nah, I gotta go tit for tat up here.
Yeah. I mean, listen. You were gonna recommend that one thing with the guys, the little guys.
Which little guys?
In the sand. The sand.
The sand.
I don't know. Something about little guys.
I don't know, man. I had a list of shit and then I completely forgot it. It was either gonna be that or I was gonna recommend God, what is it called?
It's a Shaman King. That's what.
Oh, Shaman King! Nah, I wasn't. I kind of wanted to, but I don't know. It can get a little weird.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
There's a gnome down here. Oh, he don't. Oh God.
Gnome.
There's literally a gnome. Oh wait, I should probably like.
Lost connection. Fuck. What's that?
Thumbnail. Okay, we're good. There we go. Yeah, thank you, Prushel. I've just realized I wasn't streaming the game. I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was either gonna be that or an obscure B shonen anime. From like the early 90s, late 80s called Pet Shop of Horrors. Pet Shop of Horrors is like proof that you can get an anime made and have it be successful almost exclusively on vibes alone. It's like it is an okay at best manga and anime, but the vibes are pretty good. They're really good actually. They're like some of the best vibes I've ever seen in a manga or an anime. It's good. Art's great, but I wasn't gonna do that. I got other things. I always got shit up my sleeve.
Hello, Arthur.
Oh shit! I got scared because I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Me, Kalani.
Yeah.
No friendly fire.
No friendly fire. We can duel, but I ain't doing that. I'm just gonna dig down until I hit something.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh my god.
So how are you tonight, good sir? You up to anything interesting today? Any fun stories?
Oh, man. Let's see here. I don't fucking know, dog. Let's see here. Yeah, I got shit going on, but this isn't for the streams here.
Oh, ominous. All right, okay.
Oh, you know, we out here living life. You know, we out here living adult life.
Goddamn right. You know, sometimes it's up, most times it's down. It happens.
Oh yeah, shit happens indeed. You're right. Yeah. But
Really
anyways.
baiting the lure on that one.
Oh man, dude, it's like partially related to the story from like a story that I told last week.
Dude,
but I'll
you
wait
didn't
a little
even
bit
have to
until, like,
tell me. I could already, like, I can Mad Libs right now. Like, I'm Mad Libsing really hard.
Yeah, you're like, I kind of get it. Like, I know what this boy going through.
Yeah.
I've seen these. Listen, like 90% of the time, Kalani has an issue because he's got some shit going on.
What?
Fucking whistled.
I'm trying not to be especially mean because I got so many jokes loaded, but I'm respectful. I'm being respectful. I'm being nice and kind.
Yeah, like 90% of the time, Kalani has a fucking problem. It's usually like one
women.
not women in general. Listen, it's just it's just my type.
Ah, goddamn! If that ain't the most relatable sentence I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, sometimes I just be getting myself into trouble for no good reason.
Oh, we know there is a reason. We all know the reason. It's a good reason,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's a great reason. Everyone likes this reason.
The fucking Trumby reference. Okay, cool. Also, we got Sudden332 in the chat. Mr. Bones, I found your channel like a week ago, and I binged almost all your content while at work. Good, I'm glad. So hopefully I can keep up with your demands.
Yeah. Hopefully you're getting work done. Are you working hard or hardly working?
Bitch, you know what I'm doing. I am.
I know.
I'm dying.
Mining, that's what you're doing.
I am.
Are you actually?
Nah, I'm just. I got the things, the secret things that is really funny. So for those who don't know, Cole edits for me on like one of my secret channels, or my only secret channel, and
yeah.
shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck. And I mentioned last stream. Like, oh yeah, we got a secret thing working, and like he's been in that server for a while, so he's seen. I post in that editing server what that is, and like right after the call, I just see him at me. Is like, is this what? Yeah, is this what happened? Is this what it is? And I'm like, yes. Wait, have you not seen? It's kind of a big deal.
I literally told you on the stream that I did. Listen, man. So far as I know, listen, there's not some big marker being like, this is a secret. Don't anything. You know, it's really just, oh, okay. I guess this is a thing that everyone knows about. You know?
Yeah.
But listen, I luckily for you, I just like skimmed that server. I didn't like go straight into like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fucking check all of it out and, you know, read absolutely every channel, you know, because I'm like, I do a very specific task, you know, for a very specific like sector of the channel, I guess, you know, so it's like,
yeah, it gets complicated. Wow, what is going down here? This is the slime party. What the fuck?
Yeah. You're taking a dip into Slimeville.
All right.
But yeah,
Well, yeah, no, that's
so
really
yeah,
funny.
I was just like, okay, I'll just kind of mind my marbles, you know, and then I like Arthur just mentioned this, and I'm like, oh, is that like a thing? I don't know. I didn't even you like unless you explicitly tell me to like look, I was gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna focus on my thing and
Nah, that's
my
cool. That's
edits
cool.
and
Uh,
yeah.
I gotta sneeze. It's
Yeah.
stuck.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I
Man.
am sick. I'm just, I'm on under the influence of a lot of medication.
Ooh, what's your poison of choice?
Right now, 2 Tylenol, cold and flu, some Drex oral nasal spray, and some antihistamines that I use for my allergies that are all together in a cocktail. You know what? Fuck it. Also some laxatives for the fun of it, a couple sleeping pills to knock me out after the stream, a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
ADHD medication today because I had to really lock in because I needed to get awake.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, I've been having so much. I'm like, you know what? Low key. Okay, so the Newgrounds friend I went to watch Sinners with was Ninja Muffin 99, and
That is the
he did.
most Newgrounds name I have ever heard in my life.
But he posted on Twitter like ages ago, like this really fucking funny thing. And I was like, there might be a time where I'm desperate enough to do that. But what he said is like, he didn't have like an ADHD meds prescription. But he heard like he was just like having so much trouble focusing on work that he needed like something to keep him like focused. And so the thing he landed on was nicotine gum. So
I mean,
he got himself addicted to nicotine just for the focus, for the grind. And I'm
yeah,
like, low key, you know what? I've been desperate enough. I might.
just get some fucking a couple zins, a few beers, and just change the destination of your future, young blood. Fucking go for it.
Young blood. Fucking listen, man. Before the stream started, I like fucking down. I've been down in 2 Simply Spike lemonades.
Yeah.
Just a little something. But I was like, the
Fuck it.
first thing I was gonna do is be like, oh, whiskey. But I was like, nah, not today. Today is not a whiskey stream. Today's chill.
Yeah. I get it. Nah, you're good. You're good.
I was like, yeah, I don't. Who needs that? Who needs all that? Just
just relax. We're not here to get into fights. It's fine.
Yeah, no. You know what though? I'd be so fucking powerful right now if I was trying to
Oh, we got $10 for Gone Hayos. So what are the odds of a Doom series on the channel? So Doom is good. Doom has nothing to do with 40k, unfortunately. I like the Doom games. I'm not that good at them, but I do like playing every single one of them when they come out. I usually just play to completion, then I'm like, this is good. This is all I needed. And then
Doom. If you made another channel like that where Doom would fit in, hypothetically, on
I
maybe
mean,
on
potentially it could work, but right now I got a lot.
Listen, if you hear someone that vaguely sounds like Arthur somewhere else on YouTube talking about Doom, it's because I fucking told him to do it.
There's a chance I might talk about Doom 3 at some point. Also, Enoch Trismegistus, I gotta say, I will be updating that channel soon-ish, maybe. I am working on a lot of stuff in the background for, like, the secondary channel.
Ooh, 3 smiggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what ends up showing up in y'all's little feeds. Don't worry, friends. Don't worry, friends. There is plenty of delicious content to go around.
Yeah. I will say, the roller coaster of actually getting on ADHD medication has been interesting. So, I'm like, I'm in a position where if I had slightly worse morals than I already have, I could make a lot of money, but I'm not going to. Yeah.
He's
So,
got slightly decent morals.
so I was prescribed for like 3 months on Concerta. I was on Concerta before. Concerta's fine. Concerta's just like methylphenidate. It's a high grade stimulant that's used. It's kind of like, it's an offshoot of Ritalin type of deal. But this one specifically, it's kind of like Ozempic for people with ADHD, because it's also a binge eating disorder drug, which is weird. But oh, fucking $5 from Guns and Bacon. I made a grilled cheese. How did you?
Oh
make
hell
it?
yeah, dude.
What kind? I gotta know. Ew, Concerta?
Hey,
Yeah,
listen, what
yeah.
do you mean what kind? Listen, if you put anything else other than cheese in the grilled cheese, it's a grilled cheese melt. I know this because I read all of the people what they had to say on r/grilled cheese.
Okay, okay. So, for those who don't know, I'm gonna give you some advice. If you're offered to go on Concerta, don't. Just don't.
Done.
Just don't. It's not worth it. It's really not. Cause like I was on like the low dose. Like, what am I prescribed right now? I'm on, I was on the 8 milligram. Like I was on almost nothing. That's the stuff you give to children. And I was like, hey, I just need something to help me focus. And I was like, yeah, of course. And yeah, see, Chirpy Jackalope, we are brothers in the shit here. So Concerta was like, it was great for focus, terrible for impulse control, and terrible for just like my brain. So I was on like 8 milligrams, barely anything. It helped me focus a little bit, but the thing is, it's also a stimulant, so I just was able to quit caffeine cold turkey because of that. Like that shit was just, that was just legal meth. I could just take it and I'd wake up. It was crazy. It was great. But then I went to the doctor after like not taking it for a while, because like it was a long story. I ended up going to like Las Vegas Open and I didn't have any, and I went through like a very minor withdrawal. And I was like, okay, you know what? I don't need to fight for this right now. I think I'll come back, and then when I need it, I need it. So I was like, I'm focusing too much. I'm struggling to get work done, because like not only do I have ADHD, but I have some pretty bad dyslexia. So like it's hard for me to like spell and like read things for long stretches of time, because I have to really, really focus. So I went in and I was like, hey, could I get the next step up? Which, for those who don't know, next step up from 8 milligrams is, I believe, 17? Like, it's a weird number. And I went in to, I don't have a doctor, so I had to go into the urgent care, and I just had to talk about my history with ADHD and like my medication history and whatever. And they were just like, nah, okay, we can upgrade your dose, but like 17, that's still pretty small for someone like you. Like normally when you're an adult, we put you on the max dose. And I was like, oh, what's the max dose? And they're like, oh, 36. And I was like, oh, fuck it.
I encountered a fairy.
Oh, interesting. You might be in the same spot I am.
I don't know. I'm like digging down.
Same. But
oh, does the fairy lead you to things in particular?
yeah, they sometimes do. They're actually quite friendly.
Yeah, that's nice to have something friendly in this game.
But yeah. So I was put on the 36 milligrams of Concerta. It was either 36 or 32. That's what I got in my house right now. I have 180. Well, I was given 180 tabs of it. And don't do that. I'm not a little fella. I'm a little short, but I'm not like a tiny guy. I'm heavy. I'm like 200 pounds. I've always been between about 180, 210 my entire life. Yeah. I went crazy for like the 2 weeks that I was doing it. That was like, I took it like a few weeks before I went on a trip, and to say that I was not okay is a fucking understatement because mood swings, panic attacks, I was irritable and angry all the time, yeah. What was another big one? I was just fucking angry all the time, and I had so many issues with just focus because it wasn't even. Oh god, I'm out of space. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying, Squidward.
Oh my god, I don't know how to help you. I'm in a fucking hole.
I wanted to get what was in that
Harper
chest.
forgot to breed.
The first heretic make.
I got a golden chest.
Yeah, I got one too. Man, we really are on the same fucking venture here. But I died. It's cool.
Yeah.
I drowned. But yeah, no. Concerta really fucking it fucked me up quite a lot actually. Just for like the few weeks that I was on it, and I was able to get so much work done, but like it's not worth it. So right now, I'm breaking the pills in half to take basically half the dose, which is fine. I'm fine with that. That sounds good. That's good to me. But that's the thing. I'm prescribed for 180 pills. No, not 180. 90 days worth of pills, and I technically have that like by significantly more, and these sell for a lot because it's basically like, again, it's legalized meth, but you know, it's whatever. I want to try other medications, but like, I don't know how that conversation's gonna go because I felt too weird accepting the prescription, so I don't want to show up and be like, yeah, can I get a different one? This one makes me feel itchy.
This one makes me feel angry.
Yeah, I just want
turns
to.
me into the actual fucking Hulk.
I want to hurt things when I have this. They're like, wow, wow, that's weird. Why are you like that?
Do that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yo, Craig, get in here and look at this freak. Look at what's wrong with him. I'm like, leave me alone.
we gotta crack his brain open, study him a little bit.
Nah, it was weird. It's always gonna be weird. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of the clay. I don't want to get rid of the silt though.
Dude, I have so much fucking copper, bro.
Same. Copper's really good to have though. God. I don't need the dirt. Yay. Don't add it to the thing. Season 3. The next, for members, for that specific series of, like, Meet the Chapters, it's gonna go free. I usually say a year after everything goes down, but, like, once I complete the series, I might. I don't know. I try to make it so that, like, you joining up with me has tangible benefits other than just, oh, it happened. you gotta get something out of it, right?
You gotta get something. You gotta get something.
Yeah. God damn it, Joey!
Joey Diaz always sneaking his way in.
Oh, the fucking revenant.
I fucking love Joey Diaz. What the fuck? I was slain?
Yeah, by Sandball.
I didn't know it had the same fucking physics as Minecraft.
Yeah, unfortunate. I've been playing Minecraft recently. It's been pretty cool.
It's mechanic shit. Whoa.
Oh, I thought that was me. I was looking. Someone messaged me, and I'm like, what? Who?
No, easy me. Easy me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scared of the
How do I
wood.
fucking? How do I interact with this shit again?
You right click for most of it. I got a grapefruit. Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm thinking about it.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I made gold bars.
Nice, nice.
I got tungsten, gold, a little bit of iron,
Yeah, yeah.
and then a lot of fucking copper.
What do we got? What do we
Holy
got?
cow.
I don't need this. I'll put this in here. Can of worms. Oh, I got some worms. I'll put some worms in here.
You want a candelabra in here?
Sure. We can start making the house
Alright.
bigger too if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start making the house all pretty like.
Yeah. I'm just sorting out my inventory at the moment.
Alright, no worries. I'll get to like making a roof or something. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
just- So if I walk through that door, he's in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll leave him alone. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna make
11 torches? That was a lot to drop.
yeah. Okay, how much iron bars we got? We got a lot. Okay, I'm gonna grab like all of them real quick and then just make an iron sword because I've had the same like bunk ass sword since the beginning.
Yeah, having a good sword really does make this game a lot more tolerable. I say that like
Wait, do I
I'm
need-
miserable playing it, but I fucking love Terraria.
What do I need to make the fucking iron sword?
Wood platform.
Hey, what do you need to make an iron sword? The fuck?
Iron.
Yeah, I got iron in my inventory. Got iron bars, and I got wood.
Ask the guy. The guide.
How do I do that? Where is he?
I don't know. Hit tab to open up your minimap and you'll be able to see him.
Oh man, it doesn't help that this shit's at 50% opacity. The fuck.
Or hit tab again to get rid of it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait. There's the mini map on the right. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
there he is, all the way over there to the
Yeah,
left.
you ask him about crafting and then you put the iron bars in his inventory and he'll tell you what you need.
Okay.
It's like, is that a? Oh,
Okay.
that's the guy in the background. Gotcha. I was worried for a second there, actually.
Oh, that's cool. This is the most asinine way to like find out about something, but sure.
I mean, yeah, gets better with time once you know what you're doing.
So it says it requires 8 iron bar. I have 27.
You have to go near. Did you go near the anvil?
Oh wait, I have to do that on the anvil?
Yeah.
I thought I could do that at the regular crafting table. Okay, that's why
Nah.
I'm an idiot.
Nah.
Okay, let's see. Oh wait, I can make a gold broadsword. What the fuck?
Oh,
Is that
that's
better?
That's actually really good at. That's kind of up there.
Okay, then yeah, I'll make the gold broadsword. Fuck the cringe little.
What's the iron or what's the what damage on that?
15.
Oh. I'll look at what mine is in a second because I just got the iron.
Okay. I'll put all the iron back though, and I'll put the tungsten in the chest as well.
Yeah. Nah, my iron broadsword is 12, so you skipped a few tiers there.
Yeah.
Building my house
I
inside
did,
of
I
a
did.
giant tree on my seat.
I'll keep the iron pickaxe though, so you can make an iron broadsword if you want to.
I've already got an iron broadsword.
Or sorry, golden broadsword. Sorry, I meant gold. There's not. We have like 8 gold.
It's perfect. I might look into that then. As I make an upper layer to the home.
I remember building my house inside of a giant tree on my seat of Terraria. That sounds sick. Triple jackalope.
There is in fact a giant tree nearby. I did find it. It was cool. That's all I got.
I'm eating a big old bag of chips.
Oh, what we eating? What are we eating? What flavor?
Lay's classic.
You know, a lot of people shit on Lay's. I'm not here for it.
Mm-hmm. You're not a fan of it or what?
No. I fucking adore Lay's Classic. I think they're really... Like, people shit on them, but like, man, I fuck with it.
Listen, they hit.
They do. When you're in that mood for something salty and a little bit greasy, I don't know. The oil just, I don't know, it feels good. It's nice.
I'm gonna put a little obelisk here.
Oh, just for an is that just a gravestone? Oh, it's okay.
I just picked it up. I don't know, should I take it out?
No, go for it. Keep it there. It livens up the room, makes it really feel like someone is going to die in here.
Sounds good, dude. Fuck yeah.
Can I please put this here? Why is it not letting me put anything there?
I don't know.
There we go.
I can place a bomb.
Oh.
Wait, I still have more ore? The fuck?
I like how we're so low to the ground that if we walk past the chandelier, it moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, do you have any like brands that are in your like neck of the woods that are not anywhere that are kind of cool?
Like in terms of food?
Yeah, just any kind of food, really.
I'd say like what's it called? I like there's this like Middle Eastern food chain called Bustan. I like Bustan a lot. It's like a Quebec only thing. There's a lot of that sort of thing here. Also, I don't know if you guys have it, but Homer's Donuts, pretty good. The branding is very Simpsons coded, but very greasy, very fat, very heavy, sweet donuts.
Yo,
very
it's just
good.
like me for real. What the fuck?
Wow. The more I know it's bad for me, the better I like it.
Nah, I guess you. How do you feel about Magnus getting a better melee weapon than Angron? Not good, I guess. Kind of shit. I kind of stay in my own lane. These days, I'm just happy being happy. Tenth edition Warhammer sucks dicks, so. Not in that fun
I'm gonna
way.
message you something real quick. Give me a sec. I've just been wanting to. I'm curious about this.
I can tell you the exact date. It would just take a second.
Yeah, no, but like roughly, I guess. Like, and also, have they been doing work like on the 40K as before, or is this like the new hire?
40K. They've been doing 40K. Literally just going to look this up right now to answer a question that no one else is going to know.
I don't know. I mean, is this like something we could talk about on stream, or is it would that be weird?
Since about February is when I like hired them on.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. I'm just curious.
Okay.
I'm like,
why are you slandering someone?
No, it's because they wanted like me to explain what it is I do. My you know, and I'm like, I feel like you know more than I do, but sure.
Wait, what am I doing?
Huh? Not you. They want me to explain how I edit.
Oh yeah, no, go for it if you wanna.
Yeah, no, I'll gladly explain. I'm just like, I feel like you're more senior than I am.
Yeah, but I gotta admit, you have a style to you that's different. It's actually like, you have a very out of the box way of editing that I kind of fuck.
I got that bug ego in me. I got that bug ego.
Yeah, you got that weird shit. You got that goofy like, hey yo, can we put bum fights in? I would really like to put bum fights in. And without hesitation, you didn't even consider saying no. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I already had the vision. I was like, you know what? That's exactly what I was looking for. Because the thing is, I was gonna. Bonesi's slandering me. No, I'm not. I'm like, why are you asking me? you would know more than I do. Linky, you know more than I do. What are you talking about?
I'm doing some above ground adventuring while the sun is up. But yeah, nah, it's good, it's good. We all have different strengths. Again, it's like, I'm a shitty video editor. That's why I get other people to do it for me, so I can... that fucking change of background blinded me.
There we go.
But yeah, no, it's like I can edit audio really fucking fast, but that doesn't mean I'm good at anything.
No, I mean, it means you're good at editing audio fast.
Yeah.
I was being like, right? all the other editors hate me. I'm like the... I don't even know what I would call myself. I'm like the, I'm like the Heather from Total Drama. That's what I'll call myself.
Of course you make a fucking Total Drama reference. I don't even get that one. It's been years.
You don't? You didn't grow up with Total Drama?
I did, but I grew up with Total Drama about a decade in the past, and I can barely remember most shit.
That's fair. That's fair. Not everybody. You know what? Listen, I just know her as like the mean girl. You know, that's all I know her as. The fuck? I'm just watching these shadows build up as I make a cute little roof. Oh. I'm like, the mic. Alice hates me the most. Alice hates me the most. Well, I think you're great, Alice.
Good times. Good times.
Stay forever mad, Alice. Seethe, cope harder. It only makes me smile even more.
Your words can't hurt me. These shades are Gucci.
That's good.
That's just a filthy Frank quote.
Total Drama Island is such a Zoomer show. Oh god, I feel old. Yeah, I guess it is. It's weird to think about it, but yeah, it is.
Is it a Zoomer show?
I can't tell. I feel like it is. I can't tell what that emoji's supposed to be. I have a shit glasses prescription, and like the chat is on like a CRT monitor that is currently doing some chromatic aberration shit.
You fucking... Okay, that's... So... This is where we bond, because I do have a very specific subsection of information involving like CRT and like classical media and shit like that. But like specifically classical as far as like late 90s, early 2000s. That's as far as it goes. It doesn't go any
the retro media. Retro.
Yeah. I had to explain to someone recently. Well, I didn't have to. I just mentioned like, yeah. I had to get a thing because okay. So this is game series that I want to get into. The older I get, the more set in my ways, I guess. But the more I try to vary it up a little bit. And one of the things that I'm happy about YouTube is that it allows me to do all the things that as a kid I never got to do. I'm like, I have free time and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go now that I don't have to worry about like suddenly being called in for like a shitty job or being too tired to work on it. If I get all my work done, I'm like, you know what? I am going to play a Game Boy Advanced emulator game. I am going to play fucking Digimon Coliseum for the Nintendo DS. And that game is going to fuck really hard. I am going to try and find a way to get Spectrobes to work. Because fuck you, Spectrobes was awesome. But...
You know what? I don't think I know what Spectrobes were. That might be a little too old for me.
It was a Pokemon killer that almost worked. It's just that it did not. Like the first game came out and everybody's like, wow, this is pretty good. This is actually really good. And then they released a sequel and they're like, oh, this is really actually ass. What the fuck?
Listen, gang, let's talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh killer. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Chaotic, dude.
Oh! Sorry. Oh, all of my memories just came back. Fuck you, Chaotic fucked so hard.
I hated that fucking series so much.
Dude,
listen.
Nah, dog. I'm sorry. Chaotic was such a fucking cool idea. It's so sad that the card game just did not do anything. It did not get picked up. No one liked it either. I don't give a shit.
You're like, you know what? That shit went so hard, dude. The Chaotic went so fucking hard.
I don't get. Nah, that shit did go hard. You're just a fucking hater, and I will not listen to this. That shit.
I am a hater. It's true. Hold on. Alice said, Chaotic, you can play it. Song of Reversa, my beloved. All hail Bodal. I have 2 different size CRTs in storage. I mostly play console on it or occasionally watch VHSs in the built-in set. Oh lord, Chaotic. Okay, dude, okay, so there is an edit that I did that I'm so proud of with the CRT in my room. Like, I took a picture of it.
Oh yeah, is it the one you did for me?
Yeah, it's the one I did for you.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of that one. I just love the vibe of it. But yeah, no, I'm so happy with it.
Nah, I fuck with Chaotic so much. I love all of those like early 2000s. Like, I mean, if Yu-Gi-Oh could find a place in like the Western market, fucking.
It wasn't Chaotic like Canadian?
Yeah, it was. It was Canadian, but also it took spaces in like the Japanese Western market. So like Yu-Gi-Oh, like the TCG, not the OCG. Well, that sucked.
Yeah, you got cooked.
But nah, I love that era of games where it's just like companies trying to edge in on markets that they didn't have any goddamn right to be in.
Such a good way to describe it.
Nah, it's true. It's like, you remember fucking Duel Masters?
Nah, you remember Spider Riders?
You just put that entire show back into my brain. Like, I completely...
Spider Rider.
I love the fact that there was a long-lasting rumor that theme song was sung by Drake for so long.
You know what? That would be so sick if it was.
Yeah, because it sounds very close to, like, Degrassi Drake. Not like the Drake we all know.
Yeah, not like, you know, not like us type Drake.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, Spider Riders went fucking hard.
What about fucking Beat a Man?
I love Beat a Man. That was pretty great, actually.
I'm just naming shit, and I'm like, okay, how many of these things do people remember? You know, this is just a game for me at this point. I'm like,
yeah. But yeah. So what I've been doing recently is I've been working on a PlayStation 2 emulator, DuckStation. No, DuckStation 2, I think. And I've been working to get a game working because I want to play the trilogy for Xenosaga. No, not Xenogears. No, not Xeno Chronicles. No, not Xenosaga. Is it Xenosaga? There's so many Xeno games that have nothing to do with each other. I'm pretty sure it's Xenosaga.
Xenoblade, Xenosaga.
Xenosaga. Yeah, it is Xenosaga. I remember growing up with this game, and I only played the second and the third one. I had never touched the first one, and I really, really wish to know more about this game. I really thought it was cool, and I'm getting that working. Yeah. Extreme Dinosaurs, big fan. Thought it was kind of cool.
I gotta say, Jay Key is the most cultured person here saying Metabots. Metabots was my favorite. Okay, that was the best. It was the best.
Metabots is pretty cool. I always wanted toys of Metabots, but my parents could never afford them, so I was like, man, I want robots. I want tiny robots.
I was like one of those kids who would like get into shit that was like so old. And like you would never find a toy of it, and I was like, man, I wish they made a toy of it. And so I just got into watching toy review channels of like dudes that were reviewing toys that I would never ever own.
Bro, that's literally the equivalent of like, man, I can't afford a Coke. Can I smell yours?
But that's what I did.
Yeah, literally, you're like, man, I can't. I want to go have some chicken nuggets from McDonald's. I can't afford it, man. Can I just look at yours?
Yeah, dude. But you know what though? It was so good, man. I loved watching those toy review videos, man. And seeing people would be like, the points of articulation on this figure are pretty great. Your tickle on this figure.
Okay. What reviewers did you watch? What reviewers? Come on.
Okay, so back in the day, the first one that comes to mind, he's not like a big reviewer because he only did like a couple of these, but Sonic Toast, who would
Mhm.
review like the main thing that comes to mind is like his Luigi figure review, and there's one figure he has that Loki, I would like cop it on site if I saw it. It's the John Leguizamo Luigi from like the
Luigi.
Mario movie. Luigi. I said that like completely unironically too. The John Leguizamo Luigi. You know what I'm talking about from
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Mario
yeah, yeah, yeah,
movie?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, where Bob Hoskins plays Mario.
Uh,
Can't afford games. Can I just play the demo? Dude, that was me! That was me in the PS3 era forever. I played like the Scott
Dude.
Pilgrim versus the World, the game demo. And then like the year before they took it off the PlayStation Store, I managed to get my hands on like a fucking PlayStation card and play the demo of the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game. And I was like, yeah! And I even got like the Knives DLC, but I didn't have the Wallace DLC. But then I realized that for some weird reason, the Best Buy website was still selling like a card, like a code for it that you could still redeem. And I was like, the fuck? Okay. So on my PS3, I have the full Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, with everything on it from back in the day. And like, dude, it was so strange. Like, getting my hands on that. The thing is, I had always wanted the Wallace DLC for a while, and I didn't know I could still get it. But when I finally got it, I saw it, and I was like, "What's wrong with his animations? This isn't the same. This isn't the same animator. This sucks. It looks like
Yeah.
I made it,
Yeah.
you know." And I was in
yeah.
high school at this point. Also, someone said Jobby the Hong. I love Jobby. Jobby's so great. I miss the era where he'd say swivel, but he doesn't say it anymore because he hates his fans.
What? There's so many. I used to watch a few toy collectors, not too many, but I did. I watched back in the day. I fucked with Vangelis a little bit. I watched a little TJ Omega every now and then. You know, nothing too big. I just like them because of their proximity to that guy with the glasses, because that was also a special interest of mine back in the day.
Oh yeah. Dude, I used to watch so much Nostalgia Critic.
Okay, Nostalgia Critic or Nostalgia Critic side dudes?
No, Nostalgia Critic. No, I did
Okay.
not watch Drew Wario.
That was you're the one who said that. I don't even.
Huh? You're allowed to say Drew Wario. That's what he called himself.
Oh no, but Wario was. Do you not know?
Did he do something bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Wait,
don't
what's
know.
the most recent update you've had about Wario?
Fucking nothing.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay, so he's dead.
What?
Oh my god, I'm blacking out. Oh fuck. Oh. Oh my god, that was such genuine. No.
Not even. I was like, that's the last thing I was expecting. That's all.
Oh, dude, that's not even the craziest shit that happened. I'm sorry, your energy, it caught me. Oh my god. Oh, my fucking lungs, dude. Oh. Oh.
So there's lore, is what you're saying.
Oh. So yeah,
Oh, man.
it's gonna get worse. Yeah, of course. But yeah, no, he's dead. Everybody did a tribute for him. And then we found out that behind the scenes, he was like a pretty frequent sex pest.
Oh.
Like-
Okay, as it tends to go for these internet celebrities, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like there's so many like horror stories of him like predating on like passed out and drunk women. And
Oh my god!
yeah, right? It just goes so weird. Like it was such a twisted thing because everybody was like, "Oh man, rest in peace, Wario," and then like the things started to come out. Now there is a bunch of like shit in the works that everybody like got in the way. It's like It's like, oh yeah, he's actually like, he's a child enjoyer. I don't know if we're allowed to say the actual word while on live stream.
Yeah, he is
But
a Adobe Reader file.
yeah, but because like there was a mention in the change the channel document that he was in a physical relationship with someone who was 19 but mentally 16, and I'm like, okay, you can't just say that. That's not how that works. But
What the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, mentally 16. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Like, listen, man. Like, I don't know. That seems a little. Seems a little.
It's a little, yeah, okay. I mean, they put that in with him actually, the story of him actually assaulting
Doing the
someone.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why there's a lot of stuff that came out. I didn't go through all of it because I was never really a Wario fan, and I'm not that morbidly curious, if you catch my drift. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always been like incredibly interested in oh yeah, no, Mediker's videos about that guy with the glasses are fantastic. Cinematic Venom did a good job. I went through the entire document myself because I was a fan of most of these individuals. They were all kind of like people that I followed for like a long ass time.
As like a kid, keep in mind.
Yeah, 'cause I tried going back, and like, there's only like maybe 2 of them that are funny. Like,
Listen, the Nostalgia Critic is funny, like a little ironically, because you're seeing this really geeky. Why am I standing outside? This really geeky dude just kind of like saying absolute nonsense.
I'll be honest,
the lamest jokes ever.
There's some times the Nostalgia Critic will do like a joke or a bit that is very funny.
Yeah.
It like there's some good react images I've seen before of him. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Or react gifs that are all over the place, but they're pretty fun.
the fucking okay. I haven't watched all of the Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't know. I just never grew up watching him for some reason as a kid. Yeah. But like one of my friends made me watch him recently. I'm like, you know what? I get it.
Right? Yeah, it's like, did he make you watch Board James at all?
No, he did not make me watch Board James.
You should watch Board James. It's kind of interesting. It's like, it starts off as James Rolfe being like, I want to try something different, and like do like a review of board games, and then it ends in something that I can best describe as performance art. It is very odd. But yeah, no, I'll be honest, me saying, so he's dead, and you earnestly saying, what, is probably going to be playing in my dreams tonight.
You have it recorded, you can clip that.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can clip that.
Just saying, that was so fucking out of pocket. So good.
That's the last thing I was expecting.
Yeah. Nah, once you learn about all the individuals who worked at, like, that guy with the glasses and where they're at now, it's like, what the fuck? Most of them are putting the fries in the bag, I'm just saying. Like, it's like, most of them were like, yeah, my gimmick is I'm a clone of the Nostalgia Critic, and that's not really a gimmick, you're just knocking off someone's artistic style and not really getting much out of it other than that. So when Doug kind of disbanded Channel Awesome, like, there really wasn't much to do, so they ended up just dying, and then unless they wanted to survive, they had to rebrand, and the rebrand is when you find out if someone's actually, like, creative and able to, like, actually survive, because if you're funny, you could just make any material funny, you just gotta be funny.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, like, I'd say a good 80% of them weren't. That's me being charitable.
You're so mean to them.
I have a grudge. Okay. You guys will never know this. You guys might know if you've watched me a lot. But so, I I ran D&D for 3 years straight. I was a GM, and I have people that come to me and reminisce about that campaign to me. I do not remember anything from it because it's part of having ADHD. You just don't remember a lot of things if you don't key in and focus on them that much. But there's some people have told me that that's one of the best campaigns they've ever had and some of the funnest RP they've ever done. I barely remember half the shit they're talking about. I have trouble remembering the names and faces of people that I grew up with that were considered some of the most integral parts of my personal development. But till the day that I die, I will never relinquish the fucking grudge I have against one specific, like, YouTuber on that guy with the glasses. And I can guarantee you half of the reason, if not more, that I am on YouTube is because of how much they pissed me off one day. I was like 14.
Okay.
And I was on that guy with the glasses, like, yeah, my favorite content is review content, because I was the same way. I was like, I can't find ways to pirate this guy. I don't know how to use torrents. I'm stupid. So
Yeah, I'm poor, so I need to watch some.
yeah, so I was watching anime reviewers. I'm not going to say who. You guys will not guess. They were literally on that guy with the glasses like maybe 2 months prior to that guy with the glasses getting turned into Channel Awesome, and then they weren't picked up by Channel Awesome. But I was watching their videos, and like, you know when you're like a kid and you're like, yeah, everything's good, and then there's just something in your brain that flips and you're like, wait, no, everything isn't good. This is actually shitty. This is one of those things where I was like, wait, maybe all the stuff on that guy with the glasses isn't good because this is actual dog shit. And I was like, I was 14 and I was a cringe teenager, so I was like, I'm going to make a long-ass comment reviewing the reviewer where I just call them cringe. And I made this long, whining paragraph about how cringe they are and how shitty their sense of humor is because none of their jokes landed. And no, don't you dare talk shit about Bennett the Sage. Bennett the Sage is a godsend. And because Bennett the Sage is one of the only...
Why do you sound like you're fucking disciplining a child?
Yeah, no, don't you... No. I'm rolling up a newspaper and just like, no.
Yeah, smack him on the nose. We do not speak ill of Bennett the Sage.
Yeah, no. Anime abandon is a fucking cherished thing in this household, and you'll never, ever, ever. So I remember making that post, and I even pretty sure I mentioned in that post, oh yeah, I'm a fucking high schooler, I can do better than this. And the next day goes by, they reply with a comment that was longer than mine. And he was pissed. And he pulled the, I went to film school, you didn't. What makes you think you have the right to do better than me? If you want to do it better than me, then do it. Prove that you're better than us and by doing it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, okay. When an adult gets mad at you as a kid, you're like, oh, fuck, I did fuck up. Oh, no. So I just kind of backed away. So cut to like a year later, Breton, who's in the chat, who was a part of this saga, he messaged me. He's like, I went on their website because of course they have a fucking website. And he's like, there's been a response. I'm like, what? Apparently a month prior to when Breton was looking at it, the other guy who was part of their review, the Fat Man review duo team, they replied and apologized on behalf of their partner, being like, he's a very passionate man, he's very sorry about what he did, and we are very sad to know that we could have pushed away a potential fan. We always strive to be better than what we were. We would love you to give us another try because our content has gotten better. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I went back and I watched another video, and you know what? It was still bad. They're still kind of shitty. It was really, really shitty, actually. They just did not have a good sense of humor. It was all just like late 2000s, early 2010s. I'm going to reference Mystery Science Theater 3000 1,000 times kind of humor, if you're familiar with that.
I'm going to reference it 3,000 times.
Yeah. But yeah, so I left a comment being like, yeah, okay, you guys are getting better, but like, it's still kind of shit. I left a bit of a paragraph to be like, to bait the lure, because I kind of, at that point, I was less cringe, but I wanted to see what they would do if I just pushed a little bit, you know what I mean? So I pushed a little bit, and like a fucking moth to the flame, the first guy came back and another angry fucking like essay about how we invited you back with open arms and you treat us like shit, blah blah blah. Like, oh my god. And to this day, I have not forgotten either of their names or the name of their shitty fucking channel. And yeah, and you know what the best part is? They're like, hey, if you think you can do better than us, do better than us. And you know what? Last I checked, you peaked at 3,000 subs. Fuck you.
You're being so petty, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah, literally, it's my only reward for being petty for this long is knowing that I have succeeded where they have failed.
I like to think for the years you weren't a YouTuber leading up to this moment, you were like looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, fuck, they were right. They were fucking right. They knew better than I did. They made a YouTube channel and I didn't, and I'm here at the bottom trying to be a voice actor. And all the projects I got into get canceled.
I either get fired. I fucking hate voice acting. Yeah, I gotta do something. I gotta change it up. And then I'm looking. Then I look at like the
yourself than like being a character for like somebody else's project.
I genuinely think that's it. That's the only explanation I could ever come up with. Because like, generally speaking, when it comes to like recording with YouTube, I think it's more like the radio principle where it goes back to my roots where I'm better at speaking off the cuff than recorded. Like I do script all my videos and I make sure that like I have a rubric of what I'm supposed to talk about. And I don't want to even be like, nah, I only loosely script my videos. It's all off the cuff. I'm just, no. It's actually like, they're pretty scripted, but I don't know. I just feel more natural doing it.
Yeah, because it feels like something you would actually like say. So there's no acting to it. It's literally just saying your thoughts, but clearly.
Yeah.
It's like taking a minute to think before you speak. It's not like the most crazy, like, all right, I got to get into this character's headspace and be like, okay, what are they doing?
Yeah,
now?
Yeah. It's something like that.
Like, what is this character's favorite fucking food? You know, I need to know this, otherwise I'm a hack fraud.
Yeah, and literally, I don't know. I just felt weird performing. It's literally, I'm just like, so for me, like one of my biggest insecurities is doing something that I'm not prepared for in front of people that know what they're doing and I don't. Which I don't think is an uncommon one, right? With that all being said, I don't know. I get over it with like a bunch of things. Like kickboxing is doing wonders for my mental health just because I'm like, how do I put this? Because it is
beat things make feel better.
Not even. It's like it's more like it is something that's out of my control by like a large margin. Like I genuinely don't know what I'm doing, but like you're gasping for air so much that you can't really do much else other than that. So I don't know. That's weird, but yeah, no, I quit voice acting for that specific reason of I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable doing it most of the time.
That's fair.
Yeah,
no, I mean it's for the best then. I mean, you know, it turned out better for you. You know, you're doing something that's a little more you style.
Yeah, and I get to settle all my internet grudges from decades ago.
Yeah, exactly. This is the real therapy.
Yeah, it's really funny because Breton's been like around for that entire goddamn saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, this guy's like the pettiest man ever.
Yeah, quite literally, yes. It's like I try to be as saintly as humanly possible, but for this one specific topic, it's all I channel every non-kind thought into.
He just channels every ounce of hate.
Yeah. I hope it was entertaining. How's everybody doing in chat, by the way?
Yeah, everyone chilling, everyone having a good time while we dig. Also, this is the Anything Goes stream, so if anybody has like a random like thing that you would like us to check out, like a game or something that we can check out while on stream that won't get us like, absolutely obliterated by I don't know. Like you guys like I got a free like if you hey we could check out Newgrounds Rumble. How y'all feel about Newgrounds Rumble?
You've been pushing for that a little bit.
Huh? I remember somebody in chat mentioning it because we were talking about Newgrounds games a lot at like the very especially when we started the streams.
Yeah.
Together, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skull.
I've heard
Sweet.
that's pretty good.
What is Skull? You've been pumping gas for the last 30 minutes? Is it your gas or are you like stealing it?
Or is that your job?
Or is that's true? Might
Man,
be a job.
Gas attendant would be kind of a chill job now that I think about it.
Yeah, you just kind of like show up. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. There have been times where I've like pulled into a gas station and been like, "Fuck! It's not self-service. I don't want to talk to people. Get out of here." It's so rare to find it that it just feels more like this isn't what I always usually get.
I don't drive because I am a
That's true.
SpongeBob. So
See, I am not a SpongeBob, so I drive.
unfortunate.
Oh my god. Speaking of that, so the other day I had to go to like the post office near me and it's in like this mall. And when I was pulling out of the mall after I got my mail, I fucking like I was just behind this guy at a stop sign and he's like doing the slowest, and I mean slowest right turn I've ever seen in my life. And I was so not down. Like this mail, it's not good mail. It's not mail you want, it's not good mail. Let's just say that. But dude, I was like, fuck, I'm not having a good day. I don't want to be here right now. And like I see this guy like slowly turning to the left, sorry. Like at the stop sign. There's nobody here. There are no pedestrians. And he's just going and I'm sitting there. So like as he's still like mid-turn as I like just start moving and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go around him. And like as I move, I haven't even gone around him yet. This dude speeds up rapidly and slams his car onto the curb and like breaks a big fucking chunk off the right side of his car, and I can hear the tire explode. And he just sits there and I'm like, okay. And I drive away. I'm like, whatever. Bro is definitely tweaking, is all I'm thinking.
That reminds me of when I was in LVO for the first time. We were in a parking lot and some guy just like he just drove directly into a cart corral, like just slowly right in front of us. It was
The fuck is a car corral?
I don't know, do you call them something different? It's like the place where you put the shopping carts.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't even know that was a name. I just call it the fucking horde.
What?
I just call that the horde, the pile.
Weird. Yeah, well that's what the area is, like the little cart corrals. That's what they're called.
Nobody calls it that. I literally just made that up right now. I didn't call it anything. I just put the cart away, bro.
Weird. I don't know. I'm one of those guys that has to have a name for everything just in case someone asks me a question about it. Wow, that made me sound a little bit more unstable than I wanted.
Yeah, special.
Special. That's a little not what I was going for, but okay, we'll go with that. Okay. All right.
More or less. Listen. You need a name for everything.
Yeah.
I'm just like put it in the square hole.
Yeah.
Put the fries in the bag, little bro.
Put the fries in the brag.
In the brag.
Yeah. Good times.
Oh my God. I love sharing the road with absolute crackheads. That's what I'm saying, Brushel. I love sharing the roads with the most unstable motherfuckers you've ever seen. Or like the most like wannabe stable. You know when like someone is only trying to be safe because they suck? That's what this was.
I kind
And
of.
then as soon as he was like, "Fuck it, I gotta drive like a normal person," he immediately he immediately screwed the pooch.
That's really funny. That's actually kind of like how my mom drives. She's like,
Does she frequently crash her car? And
she frequently gets into trouble that is incredibly avoidable. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. My mom's my entire family is kind of weird. But my mom was kind of interesting because like I remember we got pulled over by the cops one time when she was like driving me to university because like ended up missing the bus in the morning. I was like, hey, could you? I'm gonna be late. If you could, that'd be great. If not, I'll just get a cab. And she was polite enough to do so. She got pulled over by the cops. We didn't even know for what. And I was like half awake because it was like 6 in the morning. She pulled the I'm a sad old lady bit, and I'm just like, oh, this is. She sounded so exasperated, and the second the cop was like, oh yeah, I just pulled you over because like your stickers, like your plates are out of date. You need to go get those updated. And she's like, oh, I had no idea. I'll get those done as soon as possible, I promise. And then he just looks at her, raises an eyebrow, and goes, ma'am, it's February. Those have been out of date since October. And she's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. And then he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to give you a citation for this. I'm sorry. And I'm not even joking. It was like some fucking switch flipped in my mom's head. She went from like sad old lady to fucking cops. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't escalate this. Like, he's just doing his job. And I'm the guy in the passenger seat, half awake, like going to go dissect frogs or some shit. And she's just like, yeah, okay, fucking cop. And I'm like, don't swear at the police officer. This is getting really uncomfortable. It's wild. Oh, I think the illness is starting to catch up with me.
Oh man, do you want to call it?
I think I'll go back up one more time and start making some iron, and then we'll call it for the night.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Oh man. So, worst drivers are Tesla drivers. They think that their cars are spaceships and the laws of physics on the road that apply to them, and they can park anywhere. Okay. Then they can fucking park anywhere. Actually, doesn't even need to be a Tesla driver. Just needs to be a Montreal driver. Bro, listen, I got a problem. I got a fucking problem with people that use their hazard lights as the park anywhere lights. They piss me off, bro. They piss me off. Fuck off. I get so mad. I'll be driving like downtown Montreal, and there'll be somebody. This is the time that it pissed me off the most. Is somebody was driving down St. Catherine Street, and and then they just stopped.
Oh.
And they just stopped in the busiest street in the whole city. This downtown, college town. And they stop. Piss me off. They drive me to drink.
Yes.
They drive me to freaking drink. BMW drivers. Literally.
I remember when I was. Now it's wherever I go now. Whenever I get an Uber, for some reason, it's a Tesla. And I think it's because they don't even need to drive, so they just. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, they just get free money glitch. I don't know. I think they're trying to pay off their Tesla, bro.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, actually.
Although I will say, for a while, the Canadian government was like offering like 10K if you got like an electric vehicle. So just a bunch of people were using that as excuses to get a Tesla. And I think they had something like this in the U.S. as well, but. I was like,
incentives for electric vehicles is a good thing, but man, that didn't age well considering Canada's reputation with the producer of that car now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, listen, the producer of the car, like, could you imagine being an electric car manufacturer guy, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna join the alt-right.
That's such a
Your entire customer base is hippies and like just people that are not cut from that cloth, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna
danger zone. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna freaking alienate my entire customer base by being everything they hate and being like, and then advertising my business to the only kinds of people who would not want to buy it because it's hippie shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like, I like Elon Musk, he's a good friend, Donald, but I gotta say, this one, he he's a little bit, how do I say, he doesn't make real cars. I need a car that get gas in it. You don't got no gas in it.
Well, you're losing your mind.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you. I'll tell you the daggone Elon Musk. Tell you what.
Well, you know what? I think it's about that time. 1 second.
I'm turning into Boomhauer. Oh, speaking of, you know what I remembered today? That Boomhauer in the Quebec dub of King of the Hill doesn't even say words.
What?
Boomhauer in the Quebec dub of fucking King of the Hill doesn't even say words.
What does he
Like,
say?
so he just goes.
That I have to look
That's
this
it.
up now. That's kind of crazy because the joke is he's supposed to be just like a thickly accented Tennessee native, correct?
Yeah, and Quebec is like, you can do that with the Quebec accent. So I don't know why. They're like, hold on.
Yeah.
Where is it? Yeah, there is a Quebec dub. There's a lot of Quebec dubs. There's a Quebec dub
Yeah.
of Rick and Morty
Because you got to remember that
that like only got one season.
you got to remember that like Quebecois is a dialect of French as much as we refuse to acknowledge it most times.
Yep.
But oh goodness gracious, right out the gate. Hey Arthur,
Okay.
love all your 40k content. I cannot express how much you've helped me relax and forget these past few months. Wondering if you have plans on covering Huron Blackheart or the Bad Ab War. I do actually. I do want to read the Huron Blackheart book. I'm just trying to track down a physical copy of it first. And the Bad Ab War, we're getting there. I'm chipping away at that. I'm going to cover that piece by piece because the Bad Ab War is kind of all over the place. But yeah, I think that's you're getting in really in the under the wire here because thank you all for tuning in. We're done.
Wait, before you finish up, look at this clip I sent you. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
Put it on the screen. Let me see what I say really quickly.
Ça serait facile, simple et agréable.
Oh God, French. Let me just. Am I gonna get copyright? Nah, I shouldn't be unless there's.
No, it's a clip. It's a YouTube short.
What? Why is it not registering that? Let me properties. 689. There we go. Okay. Oh God, I don't wanna.
Is it like Creole? No. It's not entirely like Creole.
Okay.
Oh, name your kitty and she's 6 weeks old and has no name. Oh fuck. Hold on, let me put up the random name. No, I'm kidding. I'm not putting you. I know we're not. We're gonna come up with an actual name for your kitty. All right, what kind of kitty do you got, Jakey?
But while you're figuring that out, let's listen to this dub of Boomhauer from the Canadian French dub.
Ça serait facile, simple et
Oh. That's real. Okay.
agréable.
Yeah, you thought I was just taking the piss when I did that impression, did you?
Okay. It's a little wild, actually. All right. Okay, we can allow that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like naming cats dumb things.
Yeah.
Like
Cat. Well, Chairman Meow is out apparently, so you're not allowed to name him that.
I was gonna say
All
bong
right, so-
water or something.
Bong, bong water. How about just naming him Bong? I was gonna
dish
say
dish
like,
rag.
I like when cat has a name like Cheese, you know?
Yeah, cheddar or something.
Yeah, name him give cat name Feet.
Yeah, cat named Feet.
Cat.
What was
name-
that? Oh, you know Shelley Duvall.
No.
So okay, hopefully I'm remembering her name correctly. 'Cause I think she's no longer with us. Shelley Duvall.
Don't take
yeah,
no grab from nobody.
yeah, Shelley Duvall. She's an actor from like the fucking 80s. Really good. She had a pet lizard that had a funny name. I'm pretty sure his name was like Hasbro or something.
Okay, cat has black fur but completely white undercoat. My last cat's name was Timbit. You're Canadian, I know you are.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, I love a good Timbit, but like, co- what's your favorite Timbit?
Me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sour cream glazed.
Sour cream glaze. I'll have to agree on that one. That one's baller.
That was
That or
so
the
good.
honey dip ones. The honey dips are
See, you
baller.
lost me. I'm not a big fan of the honey dip, mainly because the
What?
the flavor's good, texture's not good. I like Timbits with a little bit of doughiness to them. You know, I don't like the kind of
I
wet
like the
bag.
softness.
Fair.
That's the thing. I love the chew. Listen, I'm the type of guy who like lets my cereal soak in the milk for a while, so it's all chewy and sloppy.
I like the crunch.
I'm not a fan of the crunch. Listen, I don't know. I've been done too bad by Captain Crunch, having several lacerations in my mouth because of Captain Crunch.
Oh,
To be like, you know what?
God.
Yeah. Oh man, he's so sleepy. Oreo is the easy answer. Also, Kittler is out. Sorry, Kyle Kittler. What is it with you wanting to name these after dictators? What's the most obscure dictator you could name this cat after? Fucking
I'm trying to find.
name your cat Bukitty, like after Nayib Bukele, the dictator of El Salvador right now.
I was looking. I was trying to think of pun for fucking Pol Pot, but I got nothing.
Fucking I don't know, bro. Pol Pot, Fuzz Aldrin,
Fuzz Aldrin's it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
chocolate cake tinted sound good.
Those
Sour
new
cream glaze is
blueberry
good.
cheesecake ones were pretty good.
I do like those ones as well. I like the birthday cake ones while those are around. How do you feel about how do you feel about the powdered sugar red jelly middle ones?
I don't dislike them, but they're definitely like I have to be in the mood. And when I'm in the mood, they're one of the best ones you can get, right?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Super
yeah.
sweet.
Okay, I
That's
think we're
true.
just naming the cat after something horrid in the chat now. So I'm gonna Pol Pot is pretty good.
Pole pie, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I think we shall leave it to the chat because I'm tired and sick and can feel the medication wearing off. I hope you all enjoyed. Tune in next week and make sure if you want to participate in the Ultimate Book Club to read the first volume of Me and the Devil Blues. Do not spoil anything to Kolani next time about what happens next in this, but I'm glad you all could join us. We do this every week, or at least try to. I'm going to try and stream more. I'll see what's reasonable. I do have some trips coming up, so there's going to be a few missed weeks, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Till then, say hello or goodbye, Kalani, and feel free to promote your socials or what have you.
Yeah, keep in mind you have to post the link because I can't because I'm not
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
mod or
yeah.
something on your thing. But yeah, anyways, I'm Kalani. You can follow me on Twitter, Newgrounds, YouTube, or Twitch, because that's what I have linked on my website's contact page. You can click all of that to find all my socials, and you can also commission me on Coffee, VGen, or by email. All the info is on the website itself. So I hope you have yourselves a lovely day. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, and I had a great time.
Yeah. We shall see you all, if I can get this to play, next week.
Yay!